Welcome to the DawgHouse World Superbike Power Ranking segment. Before the show, Ken said, "How do you come up with those numbers and who you rate, who, where, and there?" And Chris does.
I said that.
You said that?
I asked that.
Apparently, Chris said that. See, I don't remember. That was an hour and a half
Please
ago.
don't put Chris's words in my mouth.
Or Chris, or maybe not Chris, but definitely Durka X that. Durka was like, I don't know what's going on here. But anyways, we have the power rankings. And what I do is I take votes from all these people who think they're important and know about the sport, and I put them in together and I throw them all out.
And apparently, based on the numbers we get back, they don't know as much as we thought.
No, they don't. So, Ken, you need to twist your head. There you go. So
Is that
apparently, nothing like a little housekeeping right there live on the air.
I need to slump more. That's what he's telling me.
Yeah, you do need to slump more. Mm-hmm. So what we're going to do is with the power rankings, we just kind of take votes between show members and some of our other invited
long-term
guests.
listeners.
And we rank, and we need to explain this.
We rank.
Durka made the point before the show. We rank them on a basis of 1 to 5, with 5 being the highest in the ranking and 1 being the lowest. And if you're below 1, you don't get any rank at all.
Right. So you can disappear off the list.
And then Phil averages them, right?
Yeah. I kind of like add them up, and whoever gets the highest points and stuff like that. So we got 5 people coming to that vote. Obviously, our British Superbike correspondent who doesn't do his job, Olaf, is part of this.
Yeah, he is slacking.
He is slacking because I know they raced again this past weekend.
Yeah.
So, anyways, in World Superbike, we had a couple guys that got a couple votes, but they didn't make the list. Well, that was just actually Torres.
I gave him a vote because I think he was very entertaining to watch. He was working it well. In hindsight, maybe I shouldn't have gave him a 5th place vote, but I liked what he was doing.
Yeah, well, Hawkeye also gave him a 5th place vote, and I'm trying to figure out, what
you guys were smoking.
Yeah, before the season started, I was very high on Jody Torres. And
apparently they were very high watching the race.
Yeah, apparently. And we should have what they're having then during the race. But his performance since the opening round has been less than impressive.
It has it's kind of like Rabat in the other racing.
In Moto 2.
Moto 2. He's just kind of sliding backwards.
Yeah, I mean, it's just kind of, considering that he's on a pretty respectable bike.
He's on a good bike.
Yes.
It's the guy that his teammates doing a whole lot better on that bike than he is.
The reason I gave him the vote is because during the races you can see him working it. He's moving through traffic. He's passing. Yeah. But for some reason at the end
he's having bad starts, relative bad starts, and he may be making up positions. The problem is he's still not getting himself on the podium.
Yeah. I mean,
and in my opinion,
he's floating around 6th place.
If you don't make a podium, you don't belong in the top of 5 power rankings. If you can't even get on the podium,
I agree with that.
Well, it kind of makes this a short list.
No, everybody.
Well, that's why it's the top 5. That is a short list. That's the definition of a short list, Warren.
Everybody that made the top 5 has been on the podium one time.
Yes, at least.
At least once.
So coming in at number 5 is Vandermark, who had, their last race was in Assen, which is his home track, his home boys. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the hometown crowd. He had a pair of what did he have? A pair of thirds there.
Huge balls.
Mm-hmm.
He had his balls. I'm not even sure what that means, Warren.
Well, he had.
I'm just going to ignore
at his home track.
Yes.
He won that race, which was the first time that anybody who wears wooden shoes has won at that track, right? At his home track.
Yeah, but he didn't win.
Yes, he did.
Oh, yes, he did. I'm sorry. No.
No, he didn't win.
No, he didn't.
He got on the podium.
He got on the
podium. That's a win. You understand? In the Netherlands, that's a win.
Yeah, he was on the podium. He came in 3rd, so he wasn't even on one of the top 2 boxes of the podium.
Doesn't really matter. If you haven't ever gotten anybody on the podium,
right? That wears wood shoes. That is a big
and
plus.
He did it twice.
Yes, and so he had a good weekend. Whether or not that holds over, I just snorted.
You did. I thought you went to sleep on me and fell asleep mid-sentence.
I don't know what the hell happened there. So whatever happened to him there, he had a great race. We'll see if that holds over to next week. That's either a sign of things to come, or a sign that, he's really good at the hometown tracks.
Well, and it should go without mentioning that he's riding Johnny Reyes' old bike.
Yes.
That's a Pata Honda bike, and it was very, very competitive out there on the track. And so it seems to me they've found some speed in that old Honda. It is an old Honda.
Or he knew the track really well.
Well, he knew the track really well, but you know
That
what?
helps.
You know what? He had speed too. You can't. Speed is the ultimate equalizer on all
I
things.
understand that.
Yeah. But no, you're right. I think he probably would not done as well on a track he wasn't familiar with. But
Yeah.
I mean, he grew up on that track.
Right. I mean, he practically lived there. Coming in fourth place is Tom Sykes, who got a variety of votes. From
His
where he
lowest
should
vote
be.
came from Ken.
And right, who is his biggest fan ever?
Not anymore.
Ken last year was the president of the Tom Sykes fan club.
I poop on you, Tom Sykes, because even though it seems to me like he's getting more speed, I mean, he won a podium, right?
Right.
Getting more speed, he can't put a race together. I don't know what's going on with him. I think it's more than the bike now. That's my theory.
Ken literally said in his write-up to come with his Supercross, with his power rankings, he said, Sykes couldn't be all right if I raced his left side. So that's kind of where he is, but he is hanging in there. While he's not having a great season, he's still better than most of the guys out there.
Well, I'll tell you what. It's not that he's not having a great season. It's worse than that. He's not. I mean, what has he got? 2 podiums?
He's got 2 podiums.
That's
a whole bunch of 11s.
That's
a whole bunch of 5th place.
Yeah, that's horrible.
So he's out there.
He's almost checked out of the season right now.
Yeah, he's pretty much points-wise. He's pretty much done.
He's saying, "I'm gonna do the opposite of what my teammates doing."
He is actually further behind the points leader than you are behind the points leader in the pool.
That tells you something like
which
that.
just tells you he doesn't stand the best chance in hell.
Half the reason I'm as far back as I am is
Because
because
you like
I
that
picked
guy.
him.
Number 3 in our list was Haslam. Haslam's having a great season so far.
And this was a consensus pick. Everyone picked him in the 3rd place.
No, except for
Olaf and Hawkeye. Except for 2/5 of the pool.
Oh, I was looking at the wrong line. Sorry.
Everybody but 2/5. That one time reminded me, I watched a race who crashed out in the 33rd lap of a 77-lap race. Told me the car ran good all night. I was like, good for you, man.
It's unanimous. 60% of the people picked him.
That's right. It's unanimous.
My finger was crooked as I went across the line.
Yeah, that's how that happens. So he is he's steady. He's not cranking out. He's not cranking out wins early in the season. He's kind of dropped off from where he was early in the season. I don't think he's dropped off as much as Chaz Davies has gotten better.
I don't think so. I agree. I think Chaz Davies has gotten better, and I don't think he's dropped off at all because he wasn't even expected to be anywhere near the podium on this last race, and he did noticeably better than people expected him to do there, which says more because that's a bad track for the Aprilia. Yes. So I'm going to say watch Haslam. I think we're going to see a couple wins out of this guy.
Yeah, I think so. I think when you get on
top of what he's already done. So.
When you get on the tracks that suit his bike better and him better, I think you're right on that.
Right.
The number 2 spot is Chaz Davies. Warren, you can chime in on
Wait a
this.
minute. Wait, Warren.
He is
20% of the people were unanimously in favor of Davies.
No, all of us
100% were.
Davies is being the only guy who's right now challenging Rhea.
And even that is only borderline.
It's
it's borderline. I don't think anybody's really challenging Rhea. I think Davies is the only one that's giving him reason to race, not just check out and have lunch.
Not just stop for coffee on the way by and stuff like that. And obviously, number 1 in our power rankings this week is Rhea, who's just been hanging out at the top of the power rankings since week 1.
A clear 25 points to Johnny Rhea, which is a unanimous top pick for everybody in the pool. I'm sorry, everybody in our team of power rankers, and it's getting to the point of almost, but not quite, a Marc Marquez season in World Superbike for Johnny Rhea, but not far off.
I mean, when he doesn't win, he's only got 2 times.
He's got some of his best tracks coming up too.
Yeah, and he's got good tracks for him, and the bike is sitting under him good, and he just looks on fire.
It's 2 years back to clock up 2 years ago. Tom Sykes on that bike, perfect match of rider and bike. Bike's changed now. Johnny Rhea, perfect match of rider and bike. It's just, I would say Haslam and Davies are a step behind how good the Kawasaki with Rhea is on it, and I don't know that you can't do. There's nothing you can do about that.
Absolutely,
it's almost an unbeatable pair. Yeah, I think Davies and Haslam will probably get a few more wins as the season goes on, but I don't know. It's kind of hard to pick against Johnny Rea right now. He's
does.
dominating.
He's out there with a 67-point lead in the points. He's just
no sign that he's slowing down. Even when his teammate wins the pole, didn't make a difference.
Didn't even seem to phase him.
Right.
So that's our World Superbike power rankings for the after round 4, I believe. Yeah, after round 4. If you agree with them, let us know. If you disagree with them, put that down on the comment section too. I don't mind people.
And please subscribe.
I don't mind telling you you're wrong after the fact.
Please subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Here. Check out the show. Warren is not even on camera, but he was pointing down like this because somewhere's in there is a subscribe button.
And
Warren, you're not there. Go away. You can't see that, and you missed out. We'll be back in 2 weeks with more World Superbike. Check out our MotoGP rankings.
Okay.